Once upon a time, there lived a very beautiful princess called Princess Salima. Princess Salima was extremely good looking, but unfortunately, she was crippled. She was born that way, and her father, the king, despised Salima because of her disability. From when she was born, the king hated Salima. He saw her as a disgrace and as a curse to the family because of her condition. He couldn't stop saying how much he hated Salima and how he wished she wasn't born. The king used to tell Salima's mother, "When other women are busy blessing their husbands with male children or healthy children, this is what you bless me with. You should be shameful of yourself. This baby will be locked up forever. She cannot make us a laughing stock in this village. No, she will never be set free." And so Salima grew up while being locked up in a room. She was never allowed to go outside her room, let alone outside the palace. All meals were brought to her inside the room, and she was never allowed to interact with people. Salima grew up with so much loneliness. She would stay in her room and cry, wondering what wrong she had committed. Salima's mother would come occasionally to keep her daughter company and tell her stories of the outside world, and these stories would make Salima very, very happy. Salima's mother had begged the king to just let their daughter be free and live like other people, but the king refused. And because Salima's mother was afraid of disrespecting her husband and going against the tradition, she kept silent. Salima had only one friend, a bird that used to fly through her window and keep her company. This bird, which Salima had named Kai, would sing for her all day long and go away in the evening. So one day, the bird came to Salima's room and his leg was badly hurt. The bird was in so much pain, but when Salima came close to the bird and touched it, the leg of the bird was healed immediately. This shocked one of the maidens who was busy peeping through Amina's window as she noticed what had happened. The maiden, whose name was Fatima, was shocked, but she decided to keep what she had seen as a secret. Fatima wondered to herself, why did Salima touch the bird's leg and it healed immediately? Is she a witch or does she has healing powers? But Fatima decided to keep this to herself and never share this secret with anyone. Princess Salima was also shocked. She wondered how she had healed the bird, but she promised herself not to tell her mother about it because maybe they will call her a witch. So one day, the king, Salima's father, fell very, very ill. The medicine man was summoned, but he said that he couldn't heal the king. Many medicine men from the village and other villages were called, but they had no success in healing the king. The chief priest was also called to try and help out with the king's disease, but he said to them, "I have tried to talk to the gods, but they are silent. I do not have a way to cure the king. All I can tell you is that if he is not treated soon, he will die." Everyone in the palace and even in the village was shocked to hear about the king's strange disease. The queen, Salima's mother, even promised to reward anyone who would heal the king with large amount of cowries, and despite many witch doctors and healers showing up, no one was able to heal him. The elders tried to come up with solutions to get the king healed, but none bared fruit. Everyone in the palace was scared. The king's health became worse each and every day, and still no one had managed to heal him. So one day, as the queen and the elders were in a meeting, Fatima went to them and said, "I think I know someone who can heal the king." They were all shocked as one of the elders asked, "Please, my daughter, tell us who the healer is and where he or she is from, because the king will die soon if somebody does not attend to him." And so Fatima said to them, "The princess can heal him." They were all shocked as they doubted Fatima's words. And so Fatima explained to them of how she had seen the princess heal the bird with just her touch. The maidens carried the princess to the king's chambers where the queen and the elders were. When the princess touched the king, nothing happened as he was still sick. Everyone started staring at Fatima with doubting faces and as if they had been lied to. Then the princess started crying as she held her father's hand, and immediately the king woke up and he had been healed. Everyone was shocked. How had the princess managed to heal the king? They all wondered. The king, realizing what had just happened, held the princess's hand as he cried, saying, "My daughter, I am so sorry for how I have treated you all of these years. I saw you as a liability, as a curse, but you are indeed a blessing from the gods. I hope you will forgive me for what I did to you. From today henceforth, you will never ever be locked up ever again. I am so sorry." The princess forgave her father and she was happy to reunite with her siblings who were banned from seeing her initially. Princess Salima created a group of people with disability in the kingdom. The people with disability were trained on braiding hair, tailoring, knitting, depending on what each individual wanted to do. Soon, people with disabilities were seen in the village doing perfect job in braiding, tailoring, knitting, and other jobs. The villagers began to see that indeed disability is not inability, and they were proud of what the princess had done. The king, who now loved Princess Salima more than anything, bought wheelchairs from outside the country to make it easier for Salima and also other physically handicapped people. Soon, Princess Salima fell in love with the very handsome prince from the neighboring village. The two got married and lived happily ever after. So, what have you learned from this story? Please tell us in the comment section. Anyway guys, that was it for today's story. I really hope that you enjoyed it and learned something out of it. I hope to see you in my next video. Kwaheri.